everyone, Big Pauly back for another video, and today I'm showcasing my complete Disney Pixar movie collection on Steelbook. That's right, all the Pixar movies in Steelbook form. So we shall kick off. I'll do them in order that the movies were released. So we've got to kick off with the very first one, which is my favourite CGI animated movie of all time, and the film that started it all. Toy Story. The original Toy Story. Still the best, even after all these years. It could be made today. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic story. Love this movie. It's a great steelbook. Look at that. It's a matte steelbook, so there's no gloss, but yeah, it's got some nice embossing around Buzz's helmet there, all around the title, and around Woody's boots there. Very nice. Now this is a 1-disc edition, but there's 2 discs because I included the 3D disc as well. So I whipped that out of a cheap 3D pickup and just stuck the disc in here. So there's nice interior there. And I'm just stacking the discs on top of each other. It's not too tight, so that's good. But that is a lovely steelbook. I wish it had been gloss, but very nice. Next on the release is A Bug's Life, which does have a glossy cover. And it's a very nice cover as well, with lots of debossing around there. And the title, I believe the title is debossed. Yes, the title is debossed as well. So that's very nice, shiny glossy, with a nice back as well. This is just the standard 1-disc. So I don't know if The Bug's Life was ever released in 3D. I don't think it was. I don't think the earlier ones have been released in 3D. Although they've redone Toy Story. Anyway, so that's A Bug's Life. Next release also matches the original Toy Story disc, the actual steelbook itself, and this is Toy Story 2. And this is another matte one, but it's very nice. Also has some embossing around Woody's eyes there, plus also around the title and the helmet again as well. And there's a really nice picture of Jessie on the back. Now this is not white, it's kind of like brushed aluminium, so it's probably the original steelbook effect, but it looks really nice. Some steelbooks look cheap and crap when they just stick a picture on them, but this really works well. So let's have a look inside, and this has got two discs. There's the inside, and also the 3D disc as well. So that I picked up from another cheap pickup and just slotted the 3D disc in there. Next release is Monsters Inc. Another matte release, but very nice. And we've got some nice embossing around the Monsters Inc. logo there. No other embossing or debossing on it. And a very nice picture of Mike on the back there. That's very nice. And the spine. And I love what they do with the M for the monsters. So let's open that one up. And this one has also got 2 discs, including the 3D disc as well. So there's very nice artwork in there as well. So that's Monsters Inc. Next up, we've got a really nice glossy one, and that is Finding Nemo. Look at the gloss on that. That's got some beautiful embossing around the shark, the teeth. All the teeth are embossed, and the Finding Nemo logo down there, plus also Nemo as well. So that's very nice, and a nice little picture on the back there, off into the distance. Very nice. This also has 2 discs with a nice artwork inside, including the 3D disc as well. Look at that, beautiful artwork in there. Fantastic. So that's Finding Nemo. Next up, very relevant and very current for the time, it is The Incredibles. And this is the original release with nice embossing on the title there, plus you get a nice embossing all the way around the outside there. So that's really nice, and it's, as I say, it's a really nice glossy steelbook. And there's the title. They just went all out with these steelbooks, didn't they? Fantastic. And then inside we've got just the one disc with a nice artwork there. Brilliant. And next up is the original Cars, and we're going back to the matte effect now. So there we go with Cars, embossing around the car, around the logo, and a lot of these have the raised border around the outside there, so that's very nice. And then with a logo there, and the back, mate, yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. And then open it up, and 2 discs again, including the 3D disc. Very nice. Next up, we move to Paris with a very glossy steelbook. And this is very minimal. It's very minimal, but has the right effect. And that's Ratatouille. You can see with his whiskers there, and the little chef's hat, and the Eiffel Tower. And the whiskers, the nose and the whiskers, and the hat are all embossed. And so is the title as well. So that's very nice. They know just how much embossing to do on these. There's the title. And then on the back there. Fantastic, with the Eiffel Tower in the background there. And I think about there's a restaurant, the Jules Verne restaurant, and me and Lulu had some dinner in there once. Yes, it was beautiful. It's bloody expensive as well, but fantastic. And then inside, 2 discs again, and we have the 3D and the standard with a nice picture there. So that's Ratatouille. Next up, we've got a film that I really want in 3D because I think it would look spectacular in 3D, and that's Wally. There's no embossing or debossing on this, but I love this cover. But as I say, I wish there was a 3D disc for it. And there's the spine, Wally, and then just the starscape on the back. So let's open it up. And we've got 2 discs, but we've got space for a 3rd disc. So we've got disc 1 and disc 2, and as you can see, a space there to eventually put a 3D disc, I hope. And this has got some nice art cards as well, so that's really nice. Yeah, hopefully one day they'll go back and do the 3D releases for the earlier Pixar movies, because some of them are screaming out for a 3D release. Next up is probably my 2nd favourite Pixar movie ever. Up. Now, this is a fantastic. Oh, Doug. I love Doug.
Are you a dog too? I can bark. And you're howling.
Oh my god, I think his batteries are wearing out as well. So anyway, back to the steelbook. It's a matte steelbook with some nice embossing, and also some embossing around the up title as well. And I love that they've done the up at the angle there instead of just plotting the letters on there straight. Back is beautiful. That's a lovely. Do you know what? If this had been a Blue Fans release, every single one of those balloons would be embossed. Oh look, and I love that. I'd never noticed that before. I love that at the top of the steelbook, the balloons actually go over onto the top. That's fantastic. So let's open that up, and we've got 2 discs in there as well, including the 3D disc. And if you've not seen this film, where the hell have you been? This film, the first 10 minutes of this film, will reduce you to a blubbering wreck on the floor. And it did with me. And that's why I love it so much. And I just love the characters, and I love Kevin. Fantastic. Next up, back to Toy Story. And back to another nice embossed one. So it's not as much embossing, kind of like unusual embossing for this one, because Buzzy's head is embossed and Woody's eyes. And other than the title, Toy Story 3, that's it. So it's a bit strange that just the head and his eyes, not the hat or anything else, but just the head and the eyes are embossed. Unusual decision. There's the spine, and nice back as well. So let's open this one up. And 2 discs in there, including the 3D disc. And we've got some nice little art cards as well. And I believe that if you put these in the right order on the back, it actually displays a full image. And if I'm right, I think this might have been an HMV exclusive Steelbook. I think that might have been an HMV one. So that's Toy Story 3. Next one is probably a lot of people's least favourite Pixar film. Yeah, it's not as brilliant as the first one, but I liked it for Michael Caine. But it could have been a better Steelbook, so I've got the original Steelbook, which also I think is an HMV one, but really I should upgrade it to the recently released Zavvi one, and that's Cars 2. So we've got kind of a gloss, not full gloss, and there's no embossing or debossing at all on that one. So it's a very minimal release. And the only thing about this one, there's the nice title, is you've got everything printed on the back, whereas with all the others you've got nice pictures. So they used to do a lot of these like this. Even I think the Sweeney Todd one had writing all over the back. So anyway, let's open it up. And we've got 2 discs. Yeah, I think I might actually get the Zavvi one. So we've got 2 discs in there. We've got the DVD. I don't know why we've got the DVD. Well, just the standard Blu-ray. So maybe then, I don't know, but has the Zavvi one. Maybe the Zavvi one's got a 3D disc. I don't know. But it's nice to have the Steelbook, but I might upgrade that one. The next one was a bit of a departure for Pixar, focusing on like the Scottish Highlands and that. It was a good film as well, but it wasn't one of the best. And that's Brave, with a nice glossy Steelbook there, and the Brave logo there is embossed. That's all there is that's embossed on this. And then there's the title, and a very nice back there. They keep the backs very minimum, but striking. And then inside, 2 discs, including the 3D disc as well, and some nice artwork. Next one is another sequel, because you know Pixar at one point said that they were never going to do sequels. Mainly the sequels have worked out really well. This was a prequel though, and this is Monsters University, and this is a nice glossy Steelbook. No embossing or debossing, but it's such a good looking Steelbook it doesn't really matter. And that's Monsters University. And you've got a nice image there on the back. And then open that up, and we have 2 discs, including the standard Blu-ray and also the 3D as well. And I love that this is actually full gloss white, not silver, full gloss white, which they rarely do on Steelbooks these days. What was the other one? Ex Machina? I think that was all white as well. That's a very nice Steelbook. Next one up is also one of my favourites. This is like up there in my top 5. And this is Inside Out, with a beautiful Steelbook. Beautiful design. So colourful. No embossing or debossing, but it is fully glossy. And we've got a nice title on the spine there. And nice picture on the back there. Brilliant. And 2 discs. The standard Blu-ray and the 3D Blu-ray with a nice picture in there. Brilliant. Now the next Steelbook is a little bit of a disappointment. In a way, the film was kind of a little disappointment as well. It's not one of Pixar's best. and that is The Good Dinosaur. Now, that's okay, the front title there with a nice bit of debossing around there, around the hand, but it's not a brilliant steelbook. That's a nice image. That's a really nice image. If this had been maybe a bit more glossy with a bit of embossing or debossing, and the only thing about this one is that this was when they were putting the silly pictures on the side instead of the names. So I wish there's another steelbook for The Good Dinosaur, because it does, the image itself, the actual movie, is gorgeous to watch, with kind of a mix of live action and animated. You really can't tell the difference sometimes, but yeah. And it's, as I say, the storyline can be a little bit weak in places, so it's not one of Pixar's best films, but it's still very watchable. And there we go with The Good Dinosaur, including the 3D disc as well, and the 3D disc is to die for. It's fantastic. So that's The Good Dinosaur. If there is a different version of The Good Dinosaur with the title down the spine, the title on the front, please let me know in the comments. Next one up, sequel again, and this is Finding Dory, another beautiful glossy steelbook, nice embossing in white, not silver, of the whole thing. So Disney, Pixar, Finding Dory, all of that is embossed, and you've also got embossing there, as you can see, and Dory there, so that's very nice. And then there's the spine, and then on the back, very nice. And then 2 discs, and as you can see, it's in Chinese because this is a Blue Fans exclusive, as you can see from the sticker there. But I've taken them out of the Blue Fans lenticular package so that you can get a good look at the steelbooks. Next one up is kind of I've heard a redeemer from the second Cars film. I haven't seen Cars 3, so I should really get round to watching it because I do like the Cars films. So there's Cars 3, and this was a Zavvi exclusive with some nice embossing around the windscreen there and around the car, and also around the whole title there, and a nice big title on the side. So this is when Zavvi gone back to actually putting titles on the side instead of those pictures, because I think a lot of people got fed up with having those pictures, or everything from the Avengers. It just looks silly. And there's a nice picture on the back there. And then this one is a nice 3D. This one is a nice 3-disc edition, including the 3D, which that's the one that I'm going to be watching. So I hope this film lives up to its hype, because the trailers look really good. And as I say, I didn't see it in the cinema. I don't know why I didn't see it in the cinema. And that's Cars 3. And we're finally up to the last one. And this has been a kind of a mishmash release, because the UK one didn't have a title on the front. So I opted to go for the Best Buy one in the US. And that's Coco. And I think the English one, the Zavvi one, I think has debossing around the guitar, whereas this one doesn't. But it has debossing on the nice Coco logo there. So that's very nice. I'd prefer that to have a title on the front there. And as you can see, it's super gloss with a lovely colourful logo on the side there and a really nice back. This probably will eventually get replaced because there's a Blue Fans one coming next month. And then, oh, the coloured discs in this. And once again, they've included the Disney DVD, plus a bonus disc and the main feature. So there's not even a 3D disc in here or a 4K disc, which is kind of surprising for Best Buy. So that's why I actually bought my Coco 3D edition. Not specifically for this, but because when the Blue Fans edition's released, it's only coming with a 2D disc. So I need to whip the 3D disc out of my 3D release and stick it in. So yeah, I'm surprised there was no 3D or 4K released with this one in Best Buy. But having said that, Coco, there was no 4K release at all in the UK. No, I don't know why. I don't know why. It screams 4K with the HDR, so I have no idea why we didn't have a 4K release over here. But the 3D is absolutely spectacular. So that's Coco. So that is it. That is my entire Disney Pixar Steelbook collection. Hope you enjoy this little showcase. Like the video by giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget, put down in the comments, you know, if you've got any specifically different ones of the movies on Steelbook from maybe from other countries. Would be nice, interesting to find out what kind of designs they have on them, that kind of thing. But as I say, give the video a thumbs up and I'll see you on the next video.